Come on then, down you go. There, very good. So you chose. No, we're not waiting for the postman. Postman's been today. You chose to have a look at a picture today. And you're keeping lovely and track. You're doing really well. So I thought this would be an interesting one to have a look at. Here, let's look at it together. So just take your finger and we're going to just scan the picture and see what things you can notice. So see that side there, there. Right, there's lots going on in that picture. So, tell me 3 things you noticed in that picture. 3 things that you noticed. C, A, R, cars, yes. Cars. What else? Cars. Where? Sorry. Try using that finger. That will make it easier for me to see where you're going. Was it B? B. U. I. L. After the L would be, go with that finger, D, I, after the I, okay, N, G and S, cars, buildings, just remind you. Yeah, there's the cars. Which show me a building? Yeah, there's one there. Yeah. And one other thing that stands out to you maybe in that picture. Stars, cars, buildings. S. K. X would, oh, Y. Cars, buildings and the sky. Yeah, okay. There's quite a lot going on in that picture, isn't there? There's all sorts of things I noticed. I noticed some flags. There's a flag there and there's some flags there. Can you touch the flag? Touch it there? There. Very nice, yes. There's the street lights. See, there's a street light. And there's people. Touch the people there. Yes, and then there's the road markings. There's an awful lot of detail. And look, there is that's like a shop window, isn't it? And a reflection. And you can see in the shop, but you can also see all the things reflected. So, would you say that that is a photograph or a painting? What would you say it is? A photograph or a painting? P. What? O. PH, sorry. O. T. O. G. Let's just practice, carry it on. R. A. And then P. And then H. A photograph. It does look like, oh, did I say a photograph or a painting? It does look like a photograph, I agree. And I thought it was a photograph at first, until I read what it says underneath. Look. This is by Richard Estes, Michigan Avenue with a view of the Art Institute. That must be the Art Institute. oil on canvas. So this is an oil painting. Isn't it fantastic? Because it's so detailed that it looks like it's a photograph, doesn't it? It's so... Oh, tell yourself you don't need to do that. There, see, you stopped it, that was really good. It looks so realistic that you just wouldn't, you wouldn't think it was a painting. I can't imagine how you'd even, look, even the reflection, can you see this? So there's a reflection, there's the kind of the sign, and look at the reflection of the sign in the window. He's got every detail perfect. The reflection of the flags, the reflection of the people. It almost makes me want to look at it to see if I can sort of find anything wrong or find any faults in it where he hasn't got it exactly the same. But I can't find any. Can you? Can you see any fault? I can't see anything where it's different. Okay, so let's have a look. How many different types of rooftops can you see? Let's just have a little point to the rooftops. Come on. You can point using the pencil, that's right. There. There's one. Look, and it's that sort of shape. And there's another one which is just flat. And there's some more flat ones there. Look at that one. That one's got like almost like a clock tower on. Yeah. And there you can just see this. Oh, you can see the slates overhanging the roof. Now then, could you see if there is a? Could you touch a modern building on this picture? Find a modern building. That one is a modern building, yeah? And if you were to say what sort of building it is, what would you say? It was a S, K, Y, C, S, C, R, A, P, P, E, and oh, a skyscraper. Yes. Skyscrapers are the modern buildings. Skyscraper. And then an old building. Show me an old building on there. Touch an old building. Here, use a pencil. Touch an old, no, that's the writing. There, yes. And that presumably is the Art Institute. That's an older style building. You see the older style windows, rounded, and the roof. I wonder which sort of buildings or architecture do you prefer? Do you prefer a sort of a modern skyscraper type of building, or do you prefer the older buildings that look more like that? You know, like Buckingham Palace, buildings like that. What sort do you prefer? I, D, O, N. I don't. H, A, H, A, W wouldn't make sense. V would. H-A-V-E. I don't have. Carry on. A, P, R, E, F, E. Come on. R. Keep it going. Keep it going. Lift your elbow. Hang on. I don't have a P R E F E R, a prepper. E N C, and finish the word E. I don't have a preference. Oh, right. You like modern and old. I think overall I tend to prefer older buildings. I mean, I absolutely loved it when Dad and I went to Rome. That is my favourite city in the world, full of historic old buildings. But I do have to say that, you know, there are some places where there are some really good modern buildings as well. I went to Valencia once and there was some really nice modern buildings there as well. So I can see, I think it depends on the sort of the architect really and the design. Do you have any more views on that? A G O O D, a good. D E S I G, a good design. I is I. Oh, IK wouldn't make sense. Touch the I again. I. Ooh, hover it. Would you go with the pencil? I. A good design is, that's okay. A good, stay where you are. Down you go. That was just an impulse. A good design is, now go from there. A good design is I and M and P and O and R and T and A and N and T. A good design is important. Do you remember when we went into Birmingham, we went into the new library? That's a new building. What do you think about the design of that one? Can you remember it? You can always tell me yes or no. Can you remember the library? Yes, what do you think about that one? I T H I T H I. Come on. T H I N. I think. I T it. I it is. You. U N, is that right? U N U S U A L. I think it is unusual. Do you like it? You think it's unusual, do you like it? Unusual that you like or unusual that you don't like? You don't have to be polite. What do you think? Do you like it? No. I think it's ugly. I thought you were going to say ugly. I think it is ugly. I think it's quite an ugly looking building. It only looks nice in the evening when it's lit up. All that stuff on the outside, I think in the daylight doesn't make it look very nice at all. Okay, so that was the library in Birmingham. Inside though, it's really nice, isn't it? It's really modern and really good. So, let's just think, if you were standing on this street, say you were standing here, I wonder what noises you think you'd hear. Imagine that you're there. You're standing there. What noises do you think you would hear? T R A, very good. T R A F. Try and just go straight to the letter. You're doing a lot of that. straight to the letter, T or A, touch the F again. F, next letter, I and C. You'd hear traffic noise. Anything else? P, E, O, good. Straight to it. P, straight to the next letter. L, people. T, A, L. So you're wasting energy at the moment because your hand is going up and down and up and down. You can go straight to the next letter. T, A, touch the L, and then the next letter is going to be K. L, straight to the K. K. People talk. Ing. I, and then N, and then straight. Look, you see you wasted it again. You went up there. Go from the N and then to the G. G, there. People talking. Yes, so you'd hear traffic noise. And you'd hear people talking. I don't know, we can't see anything on the picture, but maybe you'd hear, there might be some aeroplanes. Sometimes we hear aeroplane noises, don't we, when we're out in the park as well. Now then. Oh! So, the shop window that we can see there, so it's the window. What sort of a shop is it? Can you see what is it? Just look inside the shop and see if you can work out what sort of a shop it is. There's I can't really read what that says. We'd have to have a magnifying glass, but you can see something there. What sort of a shop what do you think it sells? P, A, I, N, T, I, N, you're there, G. Yes, because there's a painting there, isn't there? So yeah, the shop sells paintings. Let's just read a little bit about this artist. Richard Estes studied at the Art Institute of Chicago before moving to New York City to work as an artist, best known for his paintings of modern American landscapes. Estes is considered one of the most important, now listen to this, photorealist painters. So the type of painter that he is a P, this is just a practice, H-O-T-O, realist, R-E, this is good, L-A-L-I-S-T. You see, I just thought we'd practice that word because I didn't even know that such a word existed. Photorealist, and that explains. He does a painting that looks as if it's a photo, like it's a photo. We'll have to have a look and see if there's any others who are as good as him. So what does he do? He takes photographs to use as studies for his paintings, selecting elements from several different images and combining them to create his own version of urban scenes. So that might not be exactly what was happening at the time. In his views of the city, streets and storefronts are almost always bright and full of sunlight. His paintings help us see the city without the usual distractions of noise, clutter, confusion, or lots of people. By using several different photographs for the information in this painting, he was able to paint the surface of the window glass, the reflection on it, and what was inside the window as well. I think that part of the painting, the reflection, is just absolutely mind-blowing how he's done it. He painted the details in equal focus throughout the canvas, giving us a much clearer picture than we would have with our own eyes if we were actually on the scene. That's interesting, isn't it? Because when you're looking at something in real life, kind of the background stuff would kind of blur a little bit, and that's what you normally see on paintings, isn't it? The front is very crisp and clear, and the background sort of blurs a bit, but here, every part of the painting is very clear. Very interesting. Do you like that painting? Do you like that sort of idea? Do you think? I-T-H. I'll try and stop your hand going up. N. I think. I-T. It. R. E. Go on, go. Q. After the Q. Touch that Q again. R-E-Q. Use pencil if you need to. Q. R-E-Q. I'll give you a break. I think. Stay. It. R-E-Q. Oh, touch the Q. Carry on. R-E. Q. U. I. R. E. I think it requires A. L. O. This is good. A lot. This is good. I think it requires a lot. O. Of. S. K. Is that all P? K. I. L. After the L. Another L. A lot of skill. T. O. To. D. To do. I think it requires a lot of skill to, it could just be to do, yes. It would require a lot of skill, I think, to do that sort of painting. Would you like to look at another one? You went to turn the page. Should we look at one that is totally different? So that one looks like a photograph. What about this one? Totally different. This one is by Helen Frankenthaler, and it's called Mountains and Sea, and it's another oil painting, oil on canvas. So that represents the mountains and the sea. Which bit would be the mountains, do you think? Which bit do you think might be the mountains on the picture? Well, alright, well, which bit would be the sea? The sea there, yes, and maybe those green bits there are the mountains, and I don't know, you have to maybe just sort of blur a little bit to figure it out. To me, if I didn't have that heading, I wouldn't know it was mountains and sea. It's quite pretty, some quite pretty colours, but I don't know. When commenting on her painting, Mountains and Sea, the artist said, "The landscapes were in my arms as I did it." Goodness me. I'm not sure I even understand that one. I really don't. Let's read about her. As a girl growing up in New York City, she had outstanding art teachers who helped her shape her early career. A thorough background in traditional art, she began to experiment with colour, form and technique in a very individual way. So she is being credited as the first artist to soak thinned paint into her canvas, a revolutionary technique which has widely influenced contemporary artists. So what does she do? She spreads untreated canvas on her studio floor, then walks around and onto the canvas, pouring, brushing, rolling or sponging a thin solution of paint onto the surface, composing as she goes. The colour soaks into the canvas and stains it, enhancing the texture of the fabric. So the placement, shapes and colours in her paintings give a feeling of space, light and energy. Oh, so would you say that this is supposed to look like mountains and sea, or what would be the term that you would use to describe this type of painting? A, B, S, T. You're right. R, A, C and T. Yes, this one is an abstract painting. Abstract painting. Hang on. And where was the painting when she made it? Where was the canvas? O, N, on, T, H, on the F, L, O, O, on the floor. Yeah, she had the canvas. Oh, on the floor. Out of those two paintings, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the one which is a photograph, or do you prefer the abstract painting? Which one? Photograph or abstract? Oh, the abstract one. Okay, why? Oh, go on then. T. Tell me why you prefer the abstract one. T, H, E, C, O, L, O, U, R, the colours, A, R, R. Hang on. You prefer this abstract painting, I should have said. The colours are what? C, H, E, E, R, F, U. The colours are cheerful. They are actually, aren't they? Yes. The colours are cheerful. Yeah, even though, like I said, it doesn't look, to me, it didn't look like mountains and sea. Now I looked at it, if I was to choose to have one of those paintings on the wall in my house, I think I would choose that one. I do. It's cheerful, but also peaceful as well. So we'll just see what it says. The artist turned the wooded peaks and the water she sketched on a trip to Nova Scotia into the subtle, transparent and flowing colours of mountain and sea. Her painting is not a picture of exactly what she saw in nature. Instead, her abstract forms relate to her experience of nature. I like that. Are you thinking about swimming? You went last night with Dad, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, you went swimming with Dad last night. Okay, let's take a little break from there. Can we just do a little bit of skill practice for 5 minutes before we finish? Sit down. Let's just try and work on some skills. So, you were thinking about Dad. Let's see if you can hold the board yourself, and we're going to do Dad, just with your finger. That's an E, we want the D. D, A, and straight to the D, D, D. Oh no, that was N. D. We're going to do it again. Dad. D, A, D. D, A, D. You do it. D, A, move over one, D. Okay, try it one more time. Don't move. D, A, D. D, up, A, and up, 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 up. D, that's it, well done. Try it here. Dad. Go on. D, touch it there with your finger. Just try it. Dad. D, up, up, up. D, then the A, and then the D. Touch the D again. That's E, D. Oh, and then if I held it, Dad. D, A, D. What a difference it makes when we put things in your performance field. We need to experiment a bit more, don't we?